Hello guys, as Nicola mentioned, my name is Stan, I'm the CEO of Fuero Games. If you are familiar with the MOBAs, then recently, like 10 days ago, we have released together with CD Projekt The Witcher Battle Arena. I don't know whether somebody of you has played it already. Okay. Who has played League of Legends of you guys? Okay, that's a couple of people for sure. And the thing that I would like to talk about today is whether there is a chance that the success that League has achieved on the PC is convertible onto the mobile devices. First of all, let's start with the PCs and why League became so popular. I mean, if I would ask you right now, what do you think? What was the reason that it became so popular? Okay. Somebody else has a clue? I would say there are. Give me a second. Okay, let's do it maybe like that. In my opinion, there are a couple of things that made it to stand out of the crowd and to appear in the right moment, in the right place, so that people start really enjoying it, getting into it, and spreading the word about it. The first thing is that earlier there was the phase where everybody was doing MMOs, big worlds where you could travel, walk, play, meet people, go on some raids and so on. But the thing was that the times were changing, people were getting a bit older and older, the time span that they had to spend on the games was getting smaller. So, although let's say LoL is kind of action RTS, I would say that it's kind of like a pocket MMO, meaning there is the world, there are heroes, and you can build up your character, you can fight, you can meet together with other people, but the important thing is that you don't need 100 hours of steady gameplay where you need to sit at the PC and play all the time just to reach a given level where it gives you the possibility to do anything that will make sense in the game. So the MOBAs were like a small piece of this MMO world where you can jump in for 30-40 minutes, play a game without even like creating the hero or building it up all the time, because you get matchmake with the right people with the same level, and you can enjoy the game for that time. And if it was even not too good for you, I mean you have lost or you were defeated, then you had the chance to start over again. And there is this repeatability, so even if you don't succeed, you see the challenge. The next time, maybe I'm gonna crush them, I'm gonna win. So this causes the people to come back to the game, try to do it once again. Maybe this time I'm gonna make it happen. And probably the most important thing about League is the competitiveness. If you think about it, you create in a person the demand to fight, to win against the other people, to achieve something more, to become better and better and better. And the interaction and team play make it that it's not only how you develop your own skills, but how you play together with other people, knowing them, knowing their habits, knowing their strategy, trying to defeat other people. Each game is, even that's the same game, the same map, the same lanes, the same minions, it's completely different. That's why it gives you the possibility to have a new experience and also to achieve a different strategy with different team members, with different characters, another approach which might probably not work before, but now there is a chance that you're gonna win it. The other thing is that MOBAs, let's start with Dota, Dota is really hardcore. I mean, that means if you want to get into the game, start playing, you either will return to the second day and you will start playing it and like you will be there with it for forever, or either you're gonna hate it and leave it because it's too complex for the beginner. But the thing is that due to this, you split the players from those who wouldn't adapt to the game to those who will be always playing the game, living with the game and become engaged because they want to get into it and try everything what is possible because they will feel that it's an engagement for them. And the last thing, esports. I mean, without esports and the information and the tournaments and the whole thing where millions of people are watching the streamed events live, it wouldn't be possible for League to gather more and more people around it, what I'm going to talk about in a second. The thing is that many people saw the success of League of Legends and Dota, and people tried to do the same. Why? Because if you take a look at the numbers, just in 9 months, League netted like almost $1 billion. So it's incredible in terms of how much revenue it is. But I said, other people saw it, other companies, other studios, and they all got onto this bandwagon, I would say, which was like co-piloted by Dota and League, and they said, okay, there is so much money in this genre, so let's jump on it, let's try to get something out of it. But as you have seen with Downgate, well, it's not that easy to really get a piece of this cake. And Heroes of the Storm is kind of making it, but the thing is that they've made a different approach, not like 30-minute matches, but like, let's say like 20 ones, and it's a different approach. Other MOBAs on PC are doing so. I mean, the area is getting so much crowded that if you read the announcements of a new MOBA and check out the comments, there is no way, not another MOBA, give us some peace, no, we don't want any MOBAs, oh, it's shit, and so on. So the area is really crowded currently, I would say, already. So if you want to make a PC MOBA, kind of League of Legends-like, I don't think it's a good idea. Why? Because honestly, if you take a look at the numbers, how less is Riot Games earning per user, then you think about it, okay, if I don't have an IP, if I don't have a user base, how will I get those users? The easiest way, which is like working, if the business is calculated well, is like you acquire them and you pay for those users. But the thing is that if you are getting less money from a player, then it does cost you to acquire a user. Then basically, if you don't have like viral organic growth, there is no possibility for you to make a business out of it, because you will have to pay more than you will earn if you don't have all those effects of organic growth or viral growth. If I'm gonna ask you, have you ever seen an advert of League of Legends or Dota anywhere? Not of the tournaments, but of the game itself, or a banner, click here, play League of Legends, and so on. No. And the answer is simply they can't afford it, I would say. And that's why the great thing they have done is getting into the esports and gathering the huge marketing with such one-time events, I would say, which get a lot of visibility, a lot of PR, and young people are thinking, oh man, I could be the next pro player, I could be earning millions of dollars yearly. So this viral information, people are spreading the word, and that's way they are doing marketing, which is, if you put it on a single player, much cheaper than it would be with the usual user acquisition. Okay, so let's go to the point where we want to see whether there is some potential on the mobile devices. And definitely there is, because not everything is working well on PC. If you think about League and the chat toxicity and what happens there, what words you could learn in the chats, and yeah, what different new words are being created over there, then if you are a new player, probably you wouldn't like to be called like that, or that your parents are called in that way. Also, PC is a different platform than mobile. If you think about mobile players, they launch the game, download the game, if they like the icon, if they like the screenshots, if they like the video, and it has good reviews, they download it, check it out for a couple seconds. If they don't get it, or they lose, or they get angry, they simply uninstall it, because they have limited space on the device and they don't want to waste time, because there are hundreds, thousands of other apps they can play, and you need to adjust to it. Also, the thing is that you can't go with this business model on mobile, because it's unstable, unless, as said before, you get those, I don't know, IP, those people who will get into the game, download it for free, even though they haven't knew before, and so that you don't need to spend money on acquiring them. And the thing is also that if you think about mobile, there are different situations. Sometimes you don't have access to the Wi-Fi, you don't have the internet connection, and also you would like simply to play on your own, and that's why there is an element which should give you the possibility to travel through the game, to reach different levels without this basic gameplay of PvP. I'm gonna go through the most important mobile MOBAs which were created in a, I would say, historical order. And the first one was Heroes of Order and Chaos, which was based on this IP created by Gameloft. The funny thing is, it was like, if you played, I don't know, has somebody played Heroes of Order and Chaos on mobile? Nope. Okay. If you download it and play it, it's like League of Legends on the tablet or on the phone. 3 lanes, 5 versus 5, minions, towers, almost Summoner's Rift, but put onto the mobile. And the thing is also that you also play around 30-40 minutes matches on your mobile device, which, yeah, drains a little bit of the battery, and probably if you have 40-30 minutes on a mobile device to do nothing else than play a game, and you, I don't know, are lying sick in the hospital or are not really too busy, because it's hard to find that much time on this platform to play it. So the good thing was, on one side, that it was if you had this League of Legends experience and you would like to play it on the tablet, you had it, and it was created there. There were many heroes, and there was a business model. I mean, you could buy some boosts, some additional stuff, some power also. That means they could net money. But the other thing is, it was like League of Legends, but it was too hardcore, and I mean it is, and it's just hard to play League of Legends on a phone due to the small size, and the time was crazy. Oh, sorry, it was the wrong way. Okay, and next one, which was quite a different approach, more mobile situated, was and is Solstice Arena, which is much more simplified, a small map, 3v3, shorter matches. It was marketed as the speed MOBA. And the approach was pretty good in terms of transforming the PC game to the mobile, but the problem was that it lacked some small things, like the visuals weren't that awesome, the customer support wasn't that big, the community was left a bit alone, and there was the usual MOBA business model and no Android. And there were some hurdles on the way to achieve a big success like League. Then we had like Fates Forever, which was like 1 year in a soft launch phase. It was having the really awesome, like almost console quality graphics at that time when it's first soft launched. But it was a step back towards the PC version, meaning you have like 20-minute matches, you have lanes, minions, towers, and the idea was more, okay, so we have a mobile device, we have a mobile platform, how we do it, we start doing like drawable skills and so on. It's fine because it's using your touch and the input of the right platform, but on the other side, if you think about, oh, I need to kill this guy, but to do that I need to draw something very quickly, a given pattern and so on, which makes it kinda less playable than it should be on those devices. It was also only iOS. There were, at the beginning when it launched, there were like 3 or 4 heroes. With the time that grew up, but simply there was not really stuff which we could sell to make the game work in long term. Then we had the Vainglory, which was like really awesome visuals, like really console quality like, and it had the backing of Apple, I mean the marketing, and it became really known. Also, it was like the first MOBA, which is, right now it's played like 50% on mobile, on phones, and 50% on tablets, because it was the right timing as the iPhone 6 appeared, where you had the device on which you had the size to play a kind of a MOBA game. And that changed a lot, because earlier, if you think about playing a MOBA on iPhone 5S, it's so small, it would be impossible simply. And the good thing was to implement the karma system, which caused that you shouldn't abandon and become AFK. But on the other side, the game doesn't really have a business model currently, because all what you can do is buy heroes. You have around 10, 11 heroes. 3 or 4 of them are in free rotation, meaning that with the in-app purchases, which the highest one is $99, if you buy it, honestly, you will be there with 60% of the money unspent, because you cannot spend it on any content in the game, which is like crazy. If you want people to spend money, you should give them the content on which they could spend it. That's why, if you take a look at the Apani statistics and how it's performing in terms of grossing, it's not that really awesome. So I will tell you that the secret ingredient how to make a mobile game is really not trying to be League of Legends. Okay, forget about it. What you should do is think that like mobile are those devices where you have those with you. There is another time span that you can spend on the devices. They are different ways, not always the highest connection, not always they are high-end, and there you should create like a kind of a community infrastructure so they can communicate with each other. So getting back to the ABC, I would say, if you think about MOBA, don't put an equation mark between MOBA and LOL or Dota, because multiplayer doesn't mean always 5 versus 5. Online doesn't mean that it has to be real time. Battle doesn't mean that you need to farm the small creatures. And arena doesn't mean it's a free lane and a jungle. So if you go away from this box, which you can think about it as League and Dota, you can achieve pretty interesting new games that will have this element of competitiveness, but will be suited for the mobile platform, like being more easy for the user to get in, play fast, learn it really soon, not lose all the time at the beginning and not be like called in a very bad way for the other players, which would be accessible quick in terms of the gameplay. So the time span should be around 5 minutes if you want to really get a person who is playing on his mobile to get into it. It should be competitive, but in a way that it's balanced. Because if you think about mobile players, they're different than the PC people, yes? So we need to adapt it so it's more fun for them too, and on the other side, it's encouraging. You should also give them the elements like we'll build a community like clans, like guilds, like troops where they can feel, invite other people, fight together for one good reason. And you should remember that if you want to make money and you want to succeed and make the game live for a long time, you should give them also a fair possibility to buy some amount of power, but which not make it too overpowered, because you need to have a working business model. And if you think about the games that like are completely not League of Legends, but they are succeeding, are Dota Legends, Heroes Charge. If you think about the last Super Bowl ads, Heroes Charge spent $2.25 million on a 15-second advertisement of the game, meaning, yeah, they are making money, and they are getting more and more people, and they found a way where users can play the game on the mobile device. It's not like League of Legends, nor like Dota, but the thing is that if you want to succeed in this area, you have to completely change your mindset up, not to, oh, let's do this clone of League of Legends, but on mobile, but let's think what a person would like to play, what would be fun, competitive, easy to get into, but with the time it would be harder to master to really achieve a success. And think about the time when he spends on the mobile device and how he can how it can be really suited for this device. So I haven't given you an exact way how to do it, but you need to work on it, think about it, prototype, and then adjust to the platform and the players to really achieve the success. Thank you.
Thank you, Stanislav. Great talk on the overview of the mobile MOBAs. I'm curious, you haven't mentioned your own project.
Okay.
And we all came to hear about it. So the Witcher Battle Arena, can you tell us something about it?
Yes, I made it on purpose because I wouldn't feel fair in telling good stuff about our game and comparing it with others, because I think it's more like a task that somebody who is not in it should talk about it. But I can tell you that how we started was just seeing that, okay, there is an area where users play like competitive game in a given way. And now, okay, we won't go to the PC platform because it's too crowded, wouldn't make sense, and we wouldn't get any attention and just hate, I would say. So the thing was, okay, we have this device, let's think about it, how to create the controls so it works fine. Okay, then how to do the gameplay so it doesn't last for like 20 minutes. And then it was like prototyping, choosing different ideas to get the way which we thought that is really enjoyable, quick, fun, combined together with the Witcher IP, and I think in a kind of way we have achieved that. We were never thinking that we will achieve the success of League of Legends or Dota, but we wanted to make the game a lot of fun and a lot of enjoyment for the players, because we believe that if we create a good game that has high values, that in long term the people will be loving to play it, and if they get amused with it in the long term, they will say that, oh man, I simply want to spend my money into it because I really enjoyed it, I love it.
So you launched the game like 22nd of January, right?
It was the 20th, so yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so 10 days later, is there anything that comes off now in retrospective that you would have wanted to change before the launch?
Oh, there are lots of things I would like to change. But it would have to be a different story, like a post-mortem or something like that.
Next Casual Connect.
Yeah, definitely. Then I'm going to have probably some more information all about it and can share it with you. But I mean, we have had a lot of downloads during the first days, and there are lots of people playing the game. Some of those have already played like over 500 games, so it's really awesome that we see that they like it. And now we are working to add additional elements which will make them stay more into the game, spread the word to next people, and that it will grow and grow.
Good, thanks. Any questions from the audience? Come on, a lot of League of Legends players. Okay, I actually have more questions.
Yeah?
I'm curious, what is your opinion on the esports on mobile?
I mean, it's an area that slowly will have the possibility to appear, because if you think about earlier, there was like Samsung Mobile Challenge, but it was still in the times where those devices hadn't had those power and this size and wouldn't be really fitting into it. But right now, having like better devices, more powerful, with better visuals, better solutions, I think there is a place where really it's just a matter of time when there will be games that will make it. I mean, already right now you can play Hearthstone tournaments and so on and so on. And I mean, it will be growing, because the cool thing is that those devices, you have always them with you like 24 hours a day, and you probably spend on your phone more time than you sleep. So it's just the moment and the right game that will make it happen, that people will become like pro players. Yes.
So you think there will be pro players?
Yeah. Because if you think about any game, there is always somebody who can master it. Yes. And this also will need a lot of skill, but I think that due to the platform, it won't be rather like, oh, I'm tapping so fast, but it will be more the strategy and the way how you coordinate it, because of, you know, it's impossible to do that many clicks on a tablet as you can do clicks on a mouse on a PC. So the thing is that it will be a bit different competitive type of gameplay.
All right, good, thank you. Anybody change their mind about the questions? All right, well, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.